Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 9 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of New Bern where police are investigating a hit and run that happened Saturday evening. Saturday at around 8:30 p.m., New Bern police say a man on an electric scooter was riding near National Avenue and B Street when a truck hit him. The truck was reported to have left the scene afterwards. Officials report the man was airlifted to ECU Health with non-life-threatening injuries. Now, the New Bern Police Department is investigating the collision. And also over the weekend, more developments in the ongoing Greenland saga. NBC's Alice Barr has more.
This morning, the world responding to President Trump's escalating pressure campaign to take control of Greenland, where protesters took to the streets.
I think he can scare people. He can't scare Greenlanders.
While European allies push back against the president's announcement of a new 10% tariff on goods from Denmark and 7 other countries, ramping up to 25% by June, until the Danes agree to sell their territory of Greenland to the U.S. European ambassadors holding an emergency meeting in Brussels, saying the tariff threats risk a dangerous downward spiral in relations, while the Danish prime minister said, quote, Europe will not be blackmailed. President Trump is adamant the U.S. needs to own Greenland for national security.
If we don't have it, we have a big hole in national security, especially when it comes to what we're doing in terms of the Golden Dome.
A reference there to the missile defense system the president wants to build to guard against any air attacks. Critics noting the U.S. already has a military base in Greenland.
Denmark and Greenland have both said to the United States, you can take what measures you need to protect the security of the United States and, of course, the NATO alliance.
Instead, calling the push a land grab for Greenland's critical minerals. The Treasury Secretary rejects that.
He's looking beyond this year, he's looking beyond next year to what could happen for a battle in the Arctic. We are not going to outsource our national security.
A high-stakes back and forth sending tensions rising with American allies. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Well, thank you, Alice, for that report. We now turn to your weather forecast. It was an up and down weekend. Of course, yesterday was marked more by rainfall than snow flurries, but we did have a few reports of some snowflakes coming down on the western side of Highway 17 and north of Highway 264. But most of eastern North Carolina, again, saw a cold rain event. Well, not to pour gas on the fire, but it does look like we may end up seeing another opportunity for some snowflakes coming up next weekend. No, the fun just keeps rolling on. Before we get to next weekend, though, we've got a week to get through, and right now, this is what it looks like outside our Washington cam on this fabulous Martin Luther King Jr. Day weekend for some of you. Others back to work, like yours truly. 32 degrees, south-southwesterly wind at 8 miles an hour. Plenty of sunshine, but that 8-mile-per-hour breeze is making air temperatures feel more like 25 than 32. So you are going to want a jacket as you head out the door pretty much at any point today. Certainly more so now than the afternoon, but even in the afternoon, I do certainly suggest having something to keep you a little bit toasty, because the air temperatures today really not going to be getting all that high. Right now, most of us are walking out into the low 30s, some of us into the mid 30s, but a southwesterly wind plus sunshine should help warm us up, I would say, into the mid to upper 40s coming up this afternoon. That's still about 10 degrees cooler than our seasonal average, but it is again a nice warm up, certainly compared to where we were yesterday afternoon. Lots of sunshine going to keep skies clear overnight tonight. Overnight lows dropping back down into the mid-20s, so another hard freeze expected across the east. But we'll be back up into the, I would say, the low 40s tomorrow. Certainly a cooler day on Tuesday than what we're going to experience today. But air temperatures really start to rise from really Tuesday into Wednesday and Thursday. That's when we're back up into the upper 50s. Going to feel again like we're kind of on that temperature roller coaster. Such is the case through most of our winter months. Usually we see pretty large fluctuations in air temperatures this time of year, and this week is going to be no different. Now, high pressure is going to keep skies clear for today as well as tomorrow, but we've got another system that's going to be approaching the east later on this week. There's a look at that system as it moves over the Mississippi River Valley coming up early Wednesday morning. For us, that system could be here by the time we reach Thursday, if not by Friday. But for today, again, it's looking clear, it's looking sunny. A little bit of a breeze will again help try to boost air temperatures into the mid to upper 40s. Again, cooler than our average, but without the southwesterly winds, we'd likely be looking at the low 40s, so some progress there. No cloud cover really to report until we get into Thursday and Friday. That's when that rain system starts to show up. I think we'll have the best opportunity for some real rain or precipitation coming in over the weekend. Now, I say precipitation because, again, we could potentially see another rain-snow mixture coming up on Sunday. Obviously, that is a ways out. In eastern North Carolina, if you're trying to project snow anything more than, say, 72 hours out, you're kind of playing a dangerous game. 50 degrees on Wednesday, 56 on Thursday, and then we start to cool back down as that cold front rolls in. We really see the drop coming in Friday into Saturday as temps are expected to fall about 10 degrees, but those overnight lows dipping down into the low 20s to upper teens for both Saturday night and Sunday night, again, will help usher in that possibility of some snowflakes coming down as we head through next Sunday. Well, that's all we have time for today's 9 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic rest of your Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by ENC Pirate Realty.